that bitch is fucking ugly. Also, we literally went from wholesome to fucking ugly bastard. Hi, guys. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the CharmingAnalysis Christmas Palooza podcast. How are y'all doing on this merry day? So today, we are going to be doing a review on the Aggretsuko Christmas Special and the Christmas horror movie Krampus. Right, baby?
Mm-hmm.
You and your fucking mocha cookie crumble.
Leave me alone.
You've been drinking that thing all day.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Anyway, so as always, we're going to be doing, this is going to be a month-long Christmas event that we're doing for the month of December. So we're going to be doing a bunch of Christmas movies and stuff like that, just holiday movies in general. So be on the lookout for some more podcasts coming up soon.
More podcasts.
All right, so let's talk about the Aggretsuko Christmas Special first. Why don't you tell them what it's about, honey?
This is pretty much Aggretsuko Christmas Special that focuses on her obsession with Instagram.
Which I find interesting that they never actually did an episode about this in the show. This is just like a Christmas special.
No, they did. They've alluded to the fact that she is addicted to, like,
Instagram and social media.
Yeah, social media.
Which is, it's something a lot of people honestly are nowadays. Mm-hmm. But still, this girl's fucking amazing. But yeah, for those who don't know, me and Jay are actually really big fans of Aggretsuko. Mm-hmm. Like, we really love the show. If you guys would eventually like to see us do an actual podcast on the series, just give us a like or like a comment and about it, because I would gladly do a podcast about Aggretsuko. What about you?
Yeah, I would like to do that too.
Because we've already watched all the seasons so far, but I kind of want to wait till it's completely finished before we like actually do a podcast on it. What do you think?
Same.
Yeah. So whenever Aggretsuko does end, which I'll be sad when it does, whenever it does end, we're going to do a podcast on it, definitely. So that is something that you guys should know about us. We do love this series a lot. So Jay actually saw this Christmas special way before I did. They saw it, like, you saw it last year, right?
Yeah, I did.
So this was my first time I actually saw it. I was going to watch it last year, but I never did for some reason. So
no, it came out, like, not last year. It came out, like,
It came out a while ago.
It came out at the end of season 1, so, like, 3 years ago.
Yeah, because, like, it takes place right after the end of season 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a fucking flashback in a sense.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, seeing Sonoda again, that little deer girl, seeing her again, I'm just like, damn, I'm old. She, like, came out in, like, season 1, bitch, and I saw her a little bit in, like, the really old, like, shorts that they did for Aggretsuko before Netflix made a series.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, she's changed a lot. I don't think I've seen her much in, like, the current seasons, which is kind of sad because, like, then again, she is annoying, though. What do you think of Sonoda, really quick, before we do the podcast? What do you think of her? Do you think she's annoying, or do you think she's okay?
She's fine.
Yeah. But my favorite characters in the show are Retsuko, definitely, Feniko, Haida, and a couple other characters here and there. Like, I love these guys. What about you? Who's your favorite?
Aggretsuko. I really like her. She's just such a really likable character.
She really is. And I'm happy that we can actually bond over a show like this, because we actually started watching this show when we were both still long distance and stuff like that.
Yes.
Like, we saw the first 2 seasons long distance,
mm-hmm.
and then we watched the 3rd season together finally.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really nice. But I got my bean into the show when I first started watching it. I got you into it like a couple weeks after, like, I started.
Yeah.
So it was really nice.
Because you were talking about it, and I was like, I'm not really much into anime, but, like, it just seems like a really, like, cute slice of life show.
Yeah. I think it's one of those anime to where you can really enjoy it no matter if you're a fan of it or not, because Sanrio is technically anime, but a lot of people know about Sanrio.
Yeah.
And I gotta get you into some of the other characters and stuff like that. I eventually would like you... They do have a My Melody, like, anime out there. I eventually want you to watch that and, like, the Hello Kitty cartoons.
Yeah. I watched the Hello Kitty cartoons when I was, like, a lot young.
Yeah, but one of these days we should both do that for a review. Also, if you guys want us to do, like, the My Melody anime or, like, the Hello Kitty show that they did...
What's the weird one where one of them was about to fall off a building?
I don't fucking know.
That seems like one of those, like, you know, it's like one of those memories that you can't remember where it came from. You just remember a segment of it, and you never find it ever again in your life.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, if you guys want us to do a podcast on either one of those, just let us know. We would gladly do that, too. I like Sanrio, so I'd be more than happy to do stuff about that. Mm-hmm. So that's something I wouldn't mind. Anyway, back to the podcast. So basically, this Christmas special for Aggretsuko takes place right after the end of season 1. So it's basically between season 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. So you'll get to see more. I can definitely see a change in the animation quality from the beginning of season 1 to now. Like, it's changed a lot. What do you think? Mm-hmm. I feel like the animation style has definitely changed quite a bit since the first season of this show. Mm-hmm. So going back and actually remembering that this came out during season 1 is just like a fucking throwback. But it's a nice throwback, though. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's a nice throwback to see, especially after us watching it like 2-3 years ago and stuff like that. But honestly, this is a really wholesome, like, Christmas special. Like, if you guys are looking for, like, some wholesome Christmas specials, this is definitely one you should watch. If you're into Aggretsuko, and if you're into, like, just Sanrio stuff in general, like, this show is so amazing. And just the fact that they actually have a good Christmas special is another good thing. But one of the things I liked about this was you actually get to see how Aggretsuko has changed a lot since she first started the show. Yeah. You get to see, after going through like 3 seasons and you go back to season 1, you realize, holy fuck, this show has changed a lot. But it's a good change, though. Like, she's still very relatable. She's still very, like, you know, interesting and stuff like that. Like, she's a good character. And just the fact that the Christmas special still stays true to the show and stuff like that.
Well, it's made by the same people.
I know, but it still stays true to the show regardless. Even after years later when this came out. I still feel like it stands up to, like, it's still, like, accurate to this day. Yeah. About a lot of stuff. Like, I feel like in today's society it's still accurate based on, you know, all the stuff that has been going on in the world. Mm-hmm. This also makes me wonder if they would actually do, like, a COVID-based episode or something like that. Do you think they would?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It would be interesting because you do see the characters in masks every now and then, mm-hmm. and that's because, like, they're in Japan. Japanese people technically do that a lot because they don't want to have germs and stuff. Mm-hmm. At least from what I understand, but I'm not Japanese, so I don't really know specifics. But they do tend to wear masks a lot more in Japan and stuff like that, even before COVID. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we keep going so off topic with this. But, so what did you think of the Christmas special? This is, like, your second time seeing it. Like, what did you think of it compared to the last time you saw it?
I mean, I don't remember the last time I saw it, because I just watched it. I was like, oh, that's cute. And then, like, I kind of forgot about it. And I feel like it's the same thing here. It's cute. It, like, you know, it doesn't change anything from, like, if you were to watch it without any acknowledgement of the show, it would be fine. Yeah. Like, it's still, like, you know, it's still a good Christmas special. It's just something that I probably wouldn't personally watch over and over again. But
I feel like it's an every once in a while kind of movie.
Yeah, it is.
Just because, you know, some specials sadly are good specials, but it's some you can't really watch all the time, mm-hmm. which is kind of sad. But at the same time, it gives you a little bit more memories of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It gives you, like, more memorable stuff to think about. But, I guess, what was something about this special that you feel like that they did really well on representing, or what do you think they could have done a little bit better? Because, like, I feel like this special kind of resembles some people in today's society when it comes to, like, social media and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. How some people are just desperate to have a good time, but sometimes stuff kind of gets in the way of that. Like, what do you think about it? Do you think it's like... Do you feel like they did a good representation of it, or do you feel like they could have worked on it a bit more?
It is what it is. I mean, I don't really expect Aggretsuko to, like, you know, say any, like, I don't really expect Aggretsuko to...
Say any big messages?
Say any big messages. It's just a slice of life show, and I don't, like, you know, I just watch for that.
Yeah. It's one of those shows you could watch every once in a while, and just, you know... not have to stress out about stuff. It's like a calming, like, wholesome show.
Yeah.
Even though it did get really dark in, like, season 3. That's all I will say. It did get a bit dark in a few parts in it, remember? Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's a good show. It's a really wholesome show and stuff like that. And it's one of those shows I feel like people need to watch more of. And Slice of Life is good when you have good characters and good actual storylines. And you can actually relate to society nowadays. Because some slice of life takes place in high school that I've seen. Mm-hmm. And some of them are good, and some of them really aren't that good, or are just like an ordinary anime. Mm-hmm. And then there's some that come out like every couple years that turn out just to be like the best thing ever. Yeah. It just entirely depends on the demographic of the people and how they represent everybody. Mm-hmm. This is one of those shows I feel like anybody could watch it, but I feel like it mainly relates to... like, the 18 plus demographic.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Even though it's not 18 plus, but it relates to more of the adults, in a sense. Yeah. You get cute characters mixed with adult life, mixed with, like, adult things. Mm-hmm. And you get to see, like, you know, how these characters interact with one another in, like, a modern society. But I really do like how they decorate the stuff for the Christmas episode. Also, can we please talk about how fucking cute the reindeer girl was at the end? Like, dude,
that was a really cute design.
It was really adorable. Like, they have, like, really good designs in the show. And I'm happy that, like, I have a new Sanrio character that I like. Because her, Kuromi, My Melody, Hello Kitty, and Mimi are, like, my favorite of the Sanrio characters. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad Aggretsuko's finally becoming one of my favorites.
What about the egg with the butt sticking out of
it? Gudetama? Mm-hmm. He's okay. But I like the other characters a bit more, personally, but that's just me. I do think he's a cute character, but he's just not my cup of tea. I like other characters more than Gudetama, personally, but that's me. Anyway, so... there's not really too much to say about the Aggretsuko special. It's just mainly wholesome. Not much really happens plot-wise, even though Hayata's just trying to get Retsuko's attention again. Mm-hmm. I know you don't care if Retsuko ends up with anybody or not.
I really don't care about
the shippings in the show.
Like the shippings in the show either way.
I don't really care about it much either, but however, I do want to see... something I will say before we move on to our ratings. Mm-hmm. Something I do want to see in the show, I do want to see one of these characters end up with somebody. I don't care who it is. I just really want to see one of these characters end up with somebody by the end of the series. It doesn't have to be in the next, like, couple seasons or whatever. I just would like Hayata to find somebody that he's going to be with, whether it's a Retsuko or somebody else. Mm-hmm. I just want him to be happy. I just want everyone to have, like, a good, wholesome, happy ending. That's the only thing I would like out of the series, and just a good conclusion, which I feel like they can do. Like, I feel like the show can do, because... no matter how many seasons we've watched, they all were satisfying by the end. Don't you think so? Mm-hmm. So whatever they decide to do, I'll be happy with it as long as it's given justice. But yeah, surprisingly there's not really much to say about it. But I do want to say, if you guys are looking for like a wholesome Christmas show to watch during like...
well, it's not a Christmas show, it's a Christmas special.
Well, Christmas episode of the series... if you guys are interested in seeing this show, please go watch it. It's a really good show. And Netflix has honestly done a really good job with these characters. They need to do more Sanrio-themed shows, to be honest with you. Like, I would love it if they did more stuff revolving around Sanrio, because it's something I feel like we need nowadays. Yeah. Especially with all, like, the crappy stuff everyone goes through. I feel like we need some more wholesome shit. But, yeah. Anything to say about it before we do our rating for it?
Not really much to say. I gave it 6 out of 10.
You give it a 6 out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For me, I probably give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's a good special. It's the most memorable special ever. Not really. But it's a good thing to watch if you guys are looking for something nice to watch. That's different.
Yeah.
Like, it's there, but it's still a good episode in a sense. I just feel like, you know, they could have done a little bit more with it personally, but it's not a bad thing though. Mm-hmm. It's good how it is, but I feel like they could have done a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the end of that one. We went so off topic with that one.
I know.
I couldn't help it. The show's good. We will eventually do a podcast on the show, though. It's just going to be a while until that happens. All right, now that we got the wholesome shit out of the room, oh my gosh, now we're going to talk about Krampus.
Yes.
So, I heard about this movie a long time ago, but Jay wanted me to really watch it with him, so I was like, okay, fine, we'll watch Krampus. Even though I am surprised how this movie turned out.
Are you?
Honestly, in a sense. But why don't you tell them what Krampus is about first before we get into that?
It's a dysfunctional family getting together for the holidays. The youngest kid, the son, forgets about the magic of Christmas. He tears up a note from Santa. He throws it out the window. It blows over to the magical world of Krampus, and Krampus decides to scare the shit out of them because of it.
Yep. It's basically what happens if you lose hope, then you basically lose everything.
Which, I don't know, like, you didn't know what Krampus was when you...
Yeah, I never knew what Krampus was before watching this. I've always heard about people joking about Krampus. I just never really knew what he was.
I mean, it is real.
It is real? What?
Yeah, it's a real, I don't know how to put it. It's a real Christmas
legend.
It's a real Christmas legend. Like, you know, it's not from here. That's why people, like, you know, it's white people are at first like, this is the big thing that people, like, you know, got introduced by Krampus. I believe, like, you know, why this movie boosted his popularity, but it is a real thing that has been existing for thousands of years.
So is it like a myth, like Bigfoot and shit? Or is it like an actual thing?
It's like an urban legend. I don't know what culture it's from, but
so it's an urban legend in a sense. So it's not real. Is it? I'm trying to understand.
It's not real. It's not. Of course, it's not real. But it's like
it's an urban legend.
It's an urban legend. It's pretty much. I don't know what culture it's from. I forgot. But it's like a European, like, urban legend. Like, you know, if you're bad, like, you know, it's not just like you just get cold. It's like literally this, like, you know.
This deity tries to kill you.
This deity comes, takes you away, like...
kind of thing.
Yeah, takes you away, and he, like, you know, drags kids down into the underworld. It's like, you know...
So it's like the devil in a sense, but not the devil.
It's
the evil Santa.
It's the dark... It's Saint Nicholas's shadow. That's pretty much what the urban legend counts down to.
Okay, so it's his actual... Okay, so I'm just trying to understand it because I don't really know. So it's technically his shadow. Mm-hmm. His evilness, apparently.
His evilness.
Incorporated into a fucking shadow.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Why does he have goat feet? Can I ask about that?
Because he said he is a deity. He's the shadow of Saint Nicholas. He belongs in the fucking underworld.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, go actually look up the mythology if you're actually interested in looking that shit up.
Yeah, but I don't really know too much about it. I'm just like...
Here. Look, I'm gonna do some lovely research right now.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna give you guys a little bit of, like, background of what Krampus is before we
I heard about this movie beforehand. I wish I actually went to go see it.
So, yeah, why don't you tell them what Krampus technically is, so just in case people have questions, because I guarantee you...
In Central European folklore, Krampus is a horned, anthropomorphic figure described as half-goat, half-demon, which during the Christmas season punishes children who misbehave. Yeah, so, yeah, pretty much the opposite of
Saint Nicholas.
Saint Nicholas.
So you got Saint Nick, and then you got Krampus.
Yeah, so he is an actual figure in the mythology of...
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I want to see what pictures they have of him really quick.
God.
I'm actually curious.
Here, look up images. Just look up images. Just type in images.
Well... Oh, fuck, he's ugly!
Yeah.
Oh! Oh my gosh, this looks so ugly. I thought he looked bad in the movie, but this is even worse. Oh, Lord. Okay, I regret looking that up. I regret it. No! No! Hell to the no.
I mean, they made him look better in the movie.
Honestly, yeah, he looks better in the movie, but there's a lot to talk about with this movie compared to the Aggretsuko one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more. So, did you already say what the story was about?
Yeah, I like that poster, by the way.
Yeah, that poster's great.
I want the poster.
You should see, like, the image poster for this
He's coming to
this
town.
movie, because it actually looks really cool.
Yeah, it does. It does. And the fact that he actually got someone that actually put on an actual costume and, like,
Yeah.
it's cool. The one thing I'll praise this movie is, like, it doesn't, like, besides from the gingerbread man and the way that Krampus, like, moves from house to house, it's, like, it's pretty much, like, what this guy does. He's great with animatronics. He's great with puppetry and all that shit. And it's
Also, we have a couple fun facts for you guys about
What?
this movie. One fun fact, this is made by the same guy that made Trick or Treat.
yes.
The same guy that made that, it made this, which I thought was interesting. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Also, like, okay, one thing I'm going to say about this before we actually talk about it as well. The fucking imagery in this movie is so amazing. How the fuck did they do this? Like, the way that the characters are designed when it comes to, like, Krampus and his henchmen. The way, like, the body horror looks. Like, the animation that they actually did through part of this movie. This movie has an animated sequence in it.
Yeah.
Which, compared to, like, Trick or Treat. If I had to compare this to Trick or Treat, I like this more. They need to do more shit like this in movies.
What animated sequence in Trick or Treat?
Not Trick or Treat, but this had an animated sequence, which I think makes it a lot better than how they did Trick or Treat.
Yeah, I really like the animated sequence in here.
Yeah, it's just so beautiful. Like, the way they did it. I never thought this was going to have an animated sequence in it at all. I thought it was just going to be, like, really like Trick or Treat, but the grandma's story, oh my gosh. Like, dude, I don't know who animated that, but it was amazing. Like, I'm going to praise the movie for, like, the way they decided to make the characters in this, the animation sequence, and just the way that they moved all the characters around. I don't know how the fuck they did this, but even if you don't like scary movies, please at least watch it for, like, the cinematography and, like, the animation sequence. At least look up that.
It makes it look like the fuck... It just really does make it look like you're, like...
Actually there.
It makes you look like you're actually there in the
world with them.
Yeah, in winter and the fucking dead of cold. It makes it look like it's fucking... it looks like it makes it is terrifying.
It is.
I want to see I want to see more, like,
Krampus interpretations,
because I feel like, you know, Christmas movies, they don't, like, you know, they don't sell as much anymore or something. I don't know.
And they don't do a lot of, like, horror aspects for, like, Christmas movies. This is the only horror Christmas movie I've seen, which is surprising. I'm surprised they actually even had this, in a sense.
Because I don't remember, like, because they do make them, but it's like...
It's, like, very, like...
Very sparse.
Indie.
Very sparse, very indie.
And just, like, indie stuff, not really, like, mainstream.
Yeah. I wish they would have more stuff like it. I just wish that we kind of got more, like, horror-themed movies, not about
Halloween. Not about Halloween, but, like, different stuff.
Yeah, I want more Halloween movies and not just the, oh, shit, ghost. But...
They should do, like, I feel like, personally, they should do, like...
Folklore.
More folklore.
More folklore
like,
movies, more of that, like, you know, more of just the, like, you know, making, like, these fucking urban legends like come to life on the big screen. I think that would be
cool.
like
not like Bigfoot and stuff like that, but more like of the lesser known ones, so that way people can understand it more a little bit. Like let me think of like a couple examples. Like the Chupacabra, I think would be like an interesting one, along with like, just stuff like that. Like I
make a movie about what's that God damn it, Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, fuck, they need to do a Skinwalker movie. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I would love that.
Like I would love that too. Like
make a Wendigo movie.
I would see the Skinwalker one more, to be honest, because like. Okay, this is the last thing we have to get off topic to, because we really need to finish this podcast. But there is like a legend about skinwalkers and stuff that I saw on a couple podcasts like a while back from Stephanie Harlow with my partner. And just watching those podcasts and listening to the skinwalker legends is fucking amazing. Like, why has no one done a movie about skinwalkers? Like, that would be cool.
It's very
out there.
Skinwalkers don't really get talked about because it's not a very popular thing to really talk. I'm not saying that like it's skeptic. I'm saying that people just don't want to talk about them because it's very about it.
It's very hush hush.
Yes, very hush hush, and nobody really wants to talk about it because you say their name, you're already letting people into their lives. You're already letting it into your life by actually just saying the name of it.
Then why did they even make a video about it?
I don't know. It's Native American legend. That's pretty much what it is.
Okay. Anyway,
but I'm sure someone is gonna make a movie regardless about it.
I feel like they eventually
how
should.
Fucking like Slender Man got his fucking movie made, even though it was fucking awful.
I haven't seen it.
Slender Man got his movie made. They're gonna make a fucking. I'm surprised they haven't made a SCP movie yet.
I'm surprised they're remaking Candyman. Like, that was the thing I was surprised at. They're actually remaking Candyman.
I want to see Candyman, though.
I do, too. And it kind of sucks that we haven't seen it yet. But that's because, like, I don't know if they're going to try and release
COVID being a bitch. Anyway, we got so off topic.
Yeah, we really did. Anyway. Here, can you put the plushie back? Yep. Anyway, let's get back to Krampus. So, what did you think of the Krampus movie?
I liked it. I mostly just, the thing about it is I didn't really give a shit about anyone there. I didn't really give a shit about really much of anybody. I just wanted to come in there because I wanted to see some cool creature designs. I wanted to see how it looked, because what interests me is, like, when you come to see, like, these creature horror films, you just
want to see the creature.
Yeah, you just want to see the creatures. You want to see the deaths. You want to see how they get them. So that's what I came here for, and that's what I got, and I'm happy about that.
The animation that they do for this, like, I don't know what kind of animation they do, if it's like live action 3D kind of shit, or if they just did like.
What are you talking about?
Like how they animated like the gingerbread people and stuff like that. I don't know if it's technically like
that's CGI.
That's CGI.
The other creatures.
What about the animation sequence? Was that CGI too?
I don't know what that was.
Because it looks like a mix between like 3D animated CGI.
That's probably stop motion and paper cut animation.
Probably.
The creatures, that's clearly puppetry.
Yeah, that I know was puppets, even though some of them looked creepy as shit.
I love that.
Like, not all of them.
That Jack in the Box was great. I love that.
But yeah, we'll talk about the actual monsters in a second that we see.
I like the reindeer design.
Yeah. Like, something I will mention about this, I actually thought this was an interesting movie. Like, personally for me, I didn't really like a lot of the scary aspects to it, but I do appreciate the art of this movie.
Yeah. This
is way more art to it than Trick or Treat ever did.
I want to get the art book for this. I think it would be really cool.
That would be cool. Like, just the way that they do stuff in this movie compared to Trick or Treat. I'm comparing it to Trick or Treat because they're both made by the same person. Mm-hmm. The way that they do the art in this movie is just amazing. Like, why did they do this for Trick or Treat? Like, they should have done something like that. But they never did, which kind of sucks. Like, the only art they really did for Trick or Treat, in a sense, was the comic book spread. But that was it. Like, that's really all they did, which kind of sucks. But Still, this movie, even if you don't like the scary aspect to it, please at least watch it for the art. It's playful to the eye, yet at the same time it's just really creepy in a sense. It's like a creepy like play on words kind of thing. But yeah, let's talk about Krampus and his minions. So who do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about actual Krampus, or do you want to talk about the minions first?
What's there to say about the minions?
Well, you know what I mean. Like the Jack-in-the-Box, the little gingerbread characters.
They're all, like, designed really cool.
Who's your favorite out of all the designs?
The fucking Jack-in-the-Box.
Yeah.
I like that. It's like a weird, like...
centipede thing.
Snake thing.
It's like a snake... It's like a snake thing.
Yeah.
And just...
the mouth is, like, opened in 3 ways.
Yeah. It looked like an insect mixed with, like, a fucking snake. It's like a snake-insect or something.
Yeah.
It was cool. Like, the way that they designed the Jack-in-the-Box... I'm trying to figure out if that was puppet or CGI, because I know...
puppet.
That was a puppet?
That was a puppet.
Because, like, that was amazing.
Amazing puppet.
The fucking bear, the scary-ass, like, bear, that I think was CGI. I think that was CGI.
No,
that was a puppet, too?
Yeah, that's puppet.
That was a puppet, too? I thought it was
literally
CGI.
think that was not... That was... That
not a puppet, was the gingerbread.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool, though. Like, I know the bird... I think it was a harpy. I think it's what they're called. Like, the half person, half bird, that's a harpy. I know that for a fact, because I've seen the thing of that. But the harpy...
It looks like some shit of a Chucky movie.
Yeah, that thing looked creepy as fuck. Out of all the stuff in this movie, the fucking minions and the harpy were, like, the creepiest things out of this movie. Like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? And, like, the toy robot, I know that was definitely, like, a robot. Like, they just, like, let's just make a fucking robot character and just do that. But I will admit, though, like, there was this couple scenes that I did find funny about this movie. Like, the idea of, like, the gingerbread men, like, trying to avenge, like, his other ginger brethren. And the guy, like, was trying to shoot him and the dog eats him.
Yeah.
What was he trying to say? He was like, avenge my brothers or something.
I think,
That was fucking funny, okay? That, I will admit, was funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
That was hilarious. Just the fact that these 3 little gingerbread men were just trying to, like, attack him with a fucking nail gun.
Yeah.
And he kills the 2 of them by, like, shooting, like, fire at it or something. And then they all, like, fall and, like, hit the ground and start burning alive. And then 2 of them are dead. And then the other one ends up getting, like, eaten by the dog. And it's like, what the fuck? But this makes me wonder, though, like, did the dog actually get eaten by the thing? Like, the Jack-in-the-Box? Because the dog, like, I don't know if the dog actually...
they did, yeah.
It did?
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Probably.
That was sad. The dog was just trying to protect its family, and it was a big-ass bulldog. But, yeah, just the art in this movie alone is just, like, something that I'm actually surprised that they did with it. They need to do more shit like that for horror movies. That would make it a whole lot better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would. I miss puppetry in horror movies.
So what about Krampus, though? Was he technically a puppet?
Well, I know probably someone was playing him. He had a lot of makeup.
A lot of makeup. A lot of other
costume
shit.
design was fucking great.
Yeah, I will admit the costume was interesting. I didn't realize what Krampus actually looked like until after the whole thing. I didn't realize he was a person with, like, a goat body and shit like that. Even though I saw the hoof prints, I'm like, what the fuck? Also, like, my favorite of the cinematography is probably, like, the first scene where you really see Krampus, like, when
he's on the rooftop.
When he's on the rooftops. Yeah, that was cool. Like, his silhouette looks better than his actual character design, in my opinion. Just the way that they designed.
I wish they would have just kept the fucking silhouette and never, like, saw what he
even though his actual face looked fucking disgusting. Like,
that's what
ugly.
Krampus is supposed to look like. He ain't supposed to look pretty.
I know.
I don't know why people, like... I don't know
Let's
why.
prettify everybody.
Let's prettify everybody. Let's make Krampus, like...
Let's make Krampus look hot. Let's make vampires look hot.
Oh my god.
No!
Don't make Krampus like that. I already have enough fucking... The internet wants to fuck Krampus memes. I don't need to say that.
Yeah, nobody needs to see that. Anyway, I guess let's talk about a couple more things and just give our ratings.
The ending.
The ending! My gosh! That pissed me off!
Spoilers for everything we talk about.
Yeah, spoilers for everything we talk about. The fact that they decide to pull this pisses me off.
Does it?
Yes. The fact that Krampus, like the kid, is literally begging on his fucking knees for them to give him back his family.
I mean, you do realize that Krampus is not a good...
I know, but I thought, like, you know, maybe, I don't know.
No, because I expect this from this director. He literally...
tries to do this shit all the time.
He does like the twist ending where it's like, oh, this actually happened. It's not good.
Yeah, because I thought at first, okay, it was all a dream. And I was like, is this seriously a fucking dream? Did he seriously dream this whole thing?
I was even more pissed off it was all a dream, honestly.
And then, like, this is the part that literally got to me. Mm-hmm. The fact that he opens a gift and sees the Krampus bell. Like he did before. Like the grandma did.
It's like the Polar Express ending where you see the bell and it's like in Christmas and Polar Express he's like, oh my god, Santa didn't forget about me after all. And in here it's like, oh shit, Krampus didn't forget about me.
And this one it's more like, oh shit, we're actually dead.
No, they're not dead.
Well, where are they? Are they? So they're not dead?
He never killed them. He just like...
put them in hell?
He just put them in purgatory. He's like, well, you got your wish. You wanted to be with
your family
again.
There you go.
Your family, a happy family. Well, here, you get to spend it for all of eternity.
That was just... that threw me for a loop. That I was surprised at that they actually did.
Yeah.
But...
he put them in a snow globe.
The fact that he put them in a snow globe and the fact that literally all around the family is fucking snow globes of just random people going through purgatory in a sense. Mm-hmm. I was just like, what kind of ending was that?
I don't know. It's fucking Krampus. It's a fucking Krampus ending.
I didn't
expect anything different from Krampus. If
I didn't know what to think of
the dream, I would have been more like pissed off. But the fact that they had the balls to do that, I commend them for that.
Okay, I will agree on that now that you explain it. But I feel like they could have done something a little bit different with it. Or something.
Not for me. I think that's a great ending.
Yeah. But something I will say about before we give our rating, one thing I do wish that they did, I feel like they shouldn't have killed off all the two kids and like whoever they did. I don't think they should have killed them off the way they did.
Well,
I feel like they should have at least found Beth before they ended up killing everybody.
Nah. For a PG-13 movie to kill off some of the kids, it doesn't really affect it doesn't really affect me that much. It's just like, well, this is what
why did they take the baby?
Consequences happen, and they're like, well, this is what you get. And then like when he says, I take back my wish, he's like, well, you're getting your wish, but I'm gonna do it my own way because I literally control your fucking world now. It's like, it doesn't matter. Like, I like that. I like that this is a fucking dark Christmas movie, especially for PG-13.
Yeah, because this came out 2015, right?
Yeah.
This came out 5 years ago. And
trust me, if it was a rated R rating, I think it would be a lot more gorier, a lot more intense. But the fact that it is PG-13, it doesn't it leaves a lot more to your imagination what actually happens. Even the ending is interpretive. Like you could say that. Oh, he's just you could just say, maybe they're not trapped. Maybe they're just maybe this is starting another day, or maybe they are stuck in eternity, or maybe they were doomed to repeat the same day over and over again. You
don't really know.
You don't know. So I think that's why, I think that's
do you think when the parents, everyone was looking at him, do you think they realized?
Yeah, I think they realized.
They were like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I think they realized because that look literally says oh, that's happening again. Or we're we're going to have to do this next year or something like that. It's one of those things to where I think that's why probably PG-13 exists. It's
to show scary shit, but not go too crazy.
It's to show scary shit without the gore and the violence and sex or anything like that. It's literally to show
that's true.
Interpretation of what actually could happen or what would happen. And I think that makes it interpretation makes whole things a lot more scarier in my opinion. But that's just me.
So a couple questions I want to ask you before we give the rating. So first thing, do you feel like this deserved a PG-13 rating, or do you feel like it would be better rated R?
I feel either way about it. honestly, I would like to see a Krampus
rated R
version where it is rated R, and I also think that it's fine the way it is. I'm half and half. I'm 50-50 on it.
Okay.
But yeah, for me, if they really
wanted to commit to it,
they really wanted to commit to it, I think they should have went with an R rating. But again, that's me.
Was Trick or Treat R rated or was it?
Yeah,
PG?
it was R rated.
Okay, that was R rated, but this wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing I want to ask: do you think they should do more Christmas horror movies like this or better than this?
Yes. Theatrical horror Christmas movies. I would.
Who would they even do it on though? Would they just do more Krampus ones, or would they do like other ones?
There's other mythologies that you can do around horror Christmas time. You know, you can make. You could like you don't need to revolve it around like Santa and stuff like that. You can literally revolve it around like
other shit.
You can evolve it around fucking winter, the cold. You can literally
like Jack Frost and shit.
Yeah, you can revolve
That's
it around
true.
any fucking thing. Like it's not just about Jesus and Santa. You have other mythologies. You have other ways to fucking do a Christmas movie that is horror. You can have humans that are like obsessed with. You can have like fucking Christmas Murderers, the movie.
Yeah, that's
where
true.
people go around and stab each other with candy corns, or I don't know. You can literally have so many fucking ideas. Like you can do so many horror. A Black Friday horror movie, that would be great.
Yeah, that would be.
I know there was one that was like X-Men, some type of horror movie that was like a murder mystery that came out I can't remember, 2018, around that time. It was like Black Xmas or something. It was like a black parody horror Christmas movie. So it's not like it's dying out. It's just
something that they don't do as often.
It's rare. It's very rare, and when it happens, you only have a 50% chance of
it's not actually going to be good.
Yeah. So I would like to see more of it. I would like to see more from this guy, honestly.
Yeah, because I was going to ask.
horror.
That was actually another question I was going to ask. Do you want to see more from this guy?
Yeah. I think he's a really talented director.
And which one do you think he did better? Do you think he did Trick or Treat better or this better?
Well, he does holiday films really good. I think Trick or Treat was just better because it embraced a lot more of the holiday than he does
with Krampus.
Yeah, because it's clear what holiday he's more passionate about. But
yeah,
I think he still does it great.
Does it justice?
Yeah.
Okay, so last question I want to ask, and then we should give our ratings because this podcast is going to be almost 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. But so I guess if you had to pick another legend, or if you had to pick another movie or a lore that this guy should... What's the guy's name that made this? Do you know the guy's name that made this?
The guy's name? Michael... What's his name, Douglas? I don't...
Michael something.
Michael. I don't...
Okay, whatever the guy's name is. If we think of it, we'll remember it. But what other lures should he make movies about that are horror related and for holidays? What kinds of stuff do you think he should do?
Do more European. Do more European. Do Japanese. Do Japanese urban legends. Do other urban legends that I would love to see one based on
Mexican culture, maybe
like
Chupacabra.
Yeah, but I would love to see one based on European water legends. I would love to
the
see
Loch Ness Monster, Water Horse did.
Loch Ness Monster. I'd like to see one based on an actual fucking water horse that drags people down into the bottom.
So the Water Horse movie, but scarier.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would love to see something like that.
Like the Nessies, I think is what they're called.
I like to see leprechauns, imps, fairies, the fae. I would love to see shit like that, man.
That would be cool. So, all right. So let's give our ratings about this because we've been doing this long enough. So what do you give Krampus?
What I give Krampus?
I want to know your thoughts. What do you give Krampus?
7 out of 10.
You give it a 7 out of 10?
Yeah. It's not a great movie because I still have problems with it. I think the editing needs a bit of work because they just
they edited it a little bit.
Edited a little bit weird, and it fades to black way too much for me. And it's
yeah, I will agree on that.
I didn't get really attached to these characters.
Me neither.
Just literally in it because I was like, I'm just gonna see some coolest creature effects.
So for me, I'm gonna divide my thing up into two categories for mine. Animation alone, this is just me rating, like, the animation sequence and, like, the way that they decided to design everything. Design aspect and animation is a 10 out of 10 for me. However, the actual movie itself, I'd probably give, like, a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
But if I had to just judge it based on the animation sequence and the artistry alone, that's definitely a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
Just because this guy went all in it. He literally made the animation sequence fucking beautiful. The fucking puppetry and shit was amazing. The CGI was great. That's the best thing I will say about this movie alone, is the fucking artistry.
It's fun.
It's a fun movie. It's a good artistry kind of thing. But based on story alone, I feel like they could have done a bit better. So I'm still going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. But if I'm going to judge it based on animation, I give it a 10 out of 10.
All right.
But that's just animation, though. Actual movie is a 7.5 in my opinion.
All right.
I feel like I would not mind seeing more from this guy. I feel like they should do more, like, holiday-based themed stuff regarding, like, you know, stuff like that. I just wish they would do more. Because I wouldn't mind seeing another movie like this, but this could have probably done better if it was rated R. I feel like I agree with you on that. It could have been done better if rated R kind of thing. But yeah, that's the end of our podcast. So be on the lookout for some more Christmas ones coming this month. And we'll give you guys a heads up when we have more coming out. So I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And we're out.